Sana, I am so done with Zetu. I'm done defending Zetu. Like, listen, I defended Zetu, and right now it's time for me to just be like, Zetu, I can't anymore, baby girl. Listen, Zetu had a chance. She had a chance to tell, or rather to cancel the marriage, or the wedding between her and Ushobani. But let me tell you, baby girl waited and dragged it till when they were in a church in the altar. That's when she decided to say no, she cannot move on and marry Ushobani because she is not yet over Usfiso. I'm like, okay, that's understandable, I was like, Zizu, you're moving too fast either way, I was concerned about you. But right now, I cannot even defend you. As much as I was so concerned about you, I cannot even defend you because why? What? Like, you had all the time in the world to cancel the marriage between you and Oshobani. You had all the time in the world, but you still drag it along just so that you can humiliate Ushobani. Ushobani is not taking this easy, and understandably so, understandably so. Shobani is now a party animal. Okay, he is a party animal. He pick up each and every girl that he sees in the tavern, and Metron has lost it, And Zetu, right after she did that, her baby girl showed up at work as if nothing happened, okay? She pulled herself up. She was like, I am going to work and no one gonna tell me otherwise. So she shows up at work like nothing happens. And when Umetron and Utando, they were having her, I was like, honestly, someone needs to eat this girl up. Like, someone needs to do it. And I did not even feel sorry for her when I felt like she was just kinda a bit insulted by Metron and Utando. Meanwhile, nkosami uMangcobo akagowi ufufela komoyeng, akagowi uya departure. Because things are really happening. From UQ Uqondokuhle lying about uMangcobo to uMangcobo being arrested to her being released, and her actually looking for the video proof from Uqondisani and to Ushwabi coming back home. And Ushwabi made it clear that blood is definitely thicker than water, because Ushwabi was like, lalela, ngizodinga ukuthi ungihambele la kwami, because how dare you abuse my child. I'm like, how dare you, Ushwabi? Like, how dare you? Like, how dare you? Really? That's just how you take uMangcobo right now? How dare you? Oh, Mangcobo Sanalam, Mangcobo Sanalami. Not this boy called Q planning against Mangcobo. He was talking to his friends and he says, Lalela, he is not going to give up easily on Mangcobo. And I'm thinking, I wonder what he's going to try. But he seems like he tried to take a video of uMangcobo and himself on the bed. Of course, uMangcobo jump out of bed as soon as she realizes that Q is on top of her. But it seems like the video will be a bit manipulated, and it will look like Mangcobo was definitely trying to take advantage of a minor. And by the looks of things, Mangcobo will not even attend Zetu's wedding because she will be behind bars. I can already guess that Shwabi obviously took his son's side. Wow, guys, I guess it's never easy to be a stepmommy. Especially if you are a hot stepmother where it happens that your stepson wants you. Meanwhile, Zetu is in preparations for her wedding. Now, it does seem like Metron and Zetu are getting along. Metron has accepted that Zethu is going to marry Ushobane. Now, Zethu, when fitting her dress, Spamandla accidentally spills red paint on Zethu's dress. Of course, this puts Zethu in panic, and I don't know you all, but I do view this as a bad luck. Why would something like this happen to Zethu? Also, Zethu does not look happy as someone who's about to be a bridey. She is just in depressed and wondering why this and that and the other thing is happening. Well, it is said that Mangonyana will also find out that Zethu is walking down the aisle. Of course, Mangonyana will lose it, okay? She will lose her cool when she finds out that Zethu is walking down the aisle, you know. According to Umangwanyana, she does not feel like Zethu deserves happiness, especially because Yena, she has lost out on some things, you know. She have lost out on happiness, on her husband, and she is busy grieving. Yet Zethu move on Kesana as if nothing has happened. I do just judge Zethu just a bit for just getting into another marriage soon after her marriage with Usfiso did not work out. And not only it did not work out, Sfiso has lost his life now. Just when we were starting to forgive Ushwabi for what he did to Umangcobo previously, listen, his son just comes out of nowhere to test their marriage once again. So it seems like Shwabi's son, Ondogunhle, have a huge crush on Umangcobo. And as soon as Umangcobo resisted, you know, because Umangcobo obviously is thinking she is an adult in this whole situation, she cannot be engaging children. She went and reported Uqundoguhle Ushwabi, but guess what? Ushwabi took Uqundoguhle's side, and Uqundoguhle, being a typical teenager, he decided to run away from home. But it does seem like this week he will be back to cause more troubles for Umangcobo. Umangcobo will end up missing Zethu's wedding, and it seems like she will be behind prison. And this is because Uqundoguhle will be accusing Umangcobo for trying to take advantage of him. Sana, this son, is here to test Ushwabi and Umangcobo's marriage once again. I did saw Shwabi's old character coming out when he was talking to Umangcobo. Hopefully he will learn and be able to control himself, because what he was doing is absolutely no. Now let's talk about Zethu's wedding to Ushobani. Sana, I don't know anyone who moves fast like Zethu. Lalela 180. Baby girl is like, you know what? I was just marrying another guy 2 weeks ago. The same guy has been killed by my fiancé. But that's not gonna stop me from getting married again. Listen, me and marriage were meant to be. It's meant to happen, you know. If something is meant to happen, something is meant to happen. I'm like, Zethu, move fast. But I don't know if there will be problems in Zethu's weddings. But so far, it definitely does look like there will be huge problems. You know, like Spamandla will accidentally spill a red paint on Zethu's dress. And Umangwanyana meant to say, will definitely lose it also as soon as she finds out that Zethu is moving on. I'm just like, Mangwanyana, really, what did you expect? Remember, you are the one who had a problem with Zethu coming to join your marriage. Now that Zethu has found herself a single man who does not want polygamy, you have a problem? Sana was one like Zethu. Like, I am so annoyed. Haibo Zethu. Like, can someone please tell me Zethu being like, why did you have to come to the funeral?
And the drama that she pulled when the coffin was going down, like, she deserved that smack from Umangwanyana. I mean, yes, it's not Zethu's fault, Usfiso Ushonile, but honestly, she shouldn't have never attended the funeral, considering that she is now Shobane's fiance. Two, she goes there and pull the most dramatic acts, annoying acts, Gesana. Like, I was like, Makwanyane, if you don't smack this girl, if you don't smack her, you will never ever get another chance to smack her. Honestly, Uzethu was so annoying. That performance was extremely annoying. Like, it's got under my nerve, okay? I think at this point, she should have been a decent person, stay at home, comfort her boyfriend, Ushobane. We all get that Ushobane really did not mean Bulala Usfiso, but still, Zethu attending that funeral was a bit distasteful to me.
I need me a Zethu flavor in my life. Listen, I need me a Zethu flavor in my life. The way Sfiso has completely lost his mind as soon as he find out that Shobane and Zethu are engaged to be married. Listen, Sfiso still considered Osfiso still considered Uzethu as his wife, and honestly, according to Zulu customs, I would agree. Since Uzethu atelwa ngenyongo, it does legally makes her the wife of Osfiso. But Osfiso, as soon as he find out, let me tell you, lost his mind. Okay. And this is why I'm saying I need a Zethu flavor in my life, because listen, two men are crazy over Uzethu. But as soon as Uzethu and Ushobane announces their engagement to their parent, first of all, it was Metron, who was definitely not in support of their engagement, because it seems like Metron, has grown to be fond of Utando so much, and surprisingly, personally, I never saw it coming, okay? The way Metron was not liking or loving Shobane's girlfriend, I did not see Metron loving Tando the way she does now. And when they went to the Hlongwane family also to ask, or rather to inform them and ask for their support, obviously, the Hlongwane family was like, no, we ain't doing that no more, okay? We are not we are not going to support you, Zethu. How many times are you going to get married to different men? No, okay? Usfiso went to the Hlongane's household to disrespect them, because, part of me wants to say he was going through pain, but another part of me is like, Sfiso, you are so disrespectful. That was so uncalled for. Really, what did the Hlongwanes do to you?
Zethu, Zethu is messy. Listen, Zethu has broken off her marriage with Osfiso, and she is already moving on. Off to the next one, child. Off to the next one. So Shobane has asked Zethu to marry him. Guess what? Our girl, who was just getting married last week, is ready to move on and marry Ushobane. It is said that when Osfiso find out the news of Shobane's proposal, he will definitely lose it. Go confront Ushobane and it will get messy. And also, Ubabu Hlongwane is part of the people who will not be happy about Zethu and Hlongwane's relationship, and knowing that his daughter, who was just getting married just a few weeks back, is gonna be marrying again. It is said that Hlongwane is not having it at all. So it's safe to say that the Hlongwanes will not be accepting Ushobane as their son-in-law. Usfiso also will feel betrayed by Ushobane, thinking that Shobane is trying to take away his wife from him. Now, Usfiso's anger has driven Mangwanyana away. Mangwanyana has finally chose self-love and loved the marriage, okay? I do feel like Whatever that is happening in Sfiso's life, it serves him right. He had such a good, perfect wife in Mangwanyana, obedient, someone who is willing to go through all the limits of the world for him, but he was greedy and definitely not satisfied, wanted more and keep on wanting more, because why did he needed a second wife in the first place? That is a biggest question that we keep on asking ourselves. Okay, of course he did hide around the ancestors, this and the other thing, but whatever it is, I feel like it serves him right that Mangwanyana has decided to leave him. Now we also have Uspa and Upilile. It breaks my heart, the relationship between Uspamandla and Upilile. Yes, Uspilile is not willing to meet Uspamandla halfway, especially because she just did not want Uspamandla to have any sort of relationship with his biological father. But I feel like ever since Uspamandla has found a sense of belonging in Ngaraji and in the Hlongwane family, knowing that he belongs within the Hlongwane family, it seems like almost all his life, that's the only thing he has ever longed for, to belong. Now, it does somehow feels like a Pilile will be losing his son, as Uspamandla will be choosing his paternal family over his mother, the one who raised him. Sad, Gesana, I am so sad, but I wish Upilile would also say why he has, or rather she has this huge grudge over Ungaraji and just not allowing Ungaraji to be part of Uspamandla's life. Sana iwishi on homecoming. Zethu finally returns, and listen, she is ready to leave her marriage with Osfiso and jump to another man's arms. Wow, Zethu is definitely living my dream life. So when one man stresses her, she moves on to the next. When that man stresses her, she goes back to the previous one. Wow. And that is Usfiso and Ushobane. Now Usfiso feels powerless, defeated by everything else that has happened, because he does find himself in a very difficult spot whereby he cannot choose between Zethu and Mangwanyana. And I'm not even sure if Zethu really did ask Usfiso to choose. I think Zethu just made a decision for herself that, you know what, this is a lot and I cannot deal with. And she chose to leave Usfiso for Ushobane. Usfiso really is speechless. Not when Zethu was throwing Mangwanyana with her wedding attire, saying, you know what, you want my life so badly? Have it, okay? Soon after Zethu has ended her marriage with Osfiso, guess what happens? Ushobane pops the question, ask Zethu to marry him. One thing that I will say is that Ushobane has always been there for Zethu, has always, like we have all seen and understand that Zethu, you have no business to go to a polygamous marriage when you have a man who cares for you like Shobane cares for you. But of course, a heart wants what a heart wants. At the time, Zethu thought going into this polygamous marriage perhaps could be a good thing. It could have good benefits. But unfortunately, Mangwanyana was not having it. Now I want to talk about Metron. You remember how Metron was giving Uthando hard time after she found out that Uthando and Ushobane are seeing each other? Listen, Uthando Metron, as soon as she finds out that Ushobane could be proposing to Zethu, Metron lost it, and here she is saying, listen, Shobane, Uthando is a great girl for you. She is good for you. I'm like, Sana Metron, like you had a problem with Uthando just like 2 episodes back. Now you are okay with Uthando. I get Metron. But anyway, we all knew that Intokathando no Shobane will never last, not when Zethu is available. The only reason Intokathando no Shobane could ever lasted is when Zethu was unavailable. But now that Zethu has ended her marriage, we just all knew that, yeah, there's no way that Shobane and Zethu will remain a couple. Oh, Mangwanyana, my babe. Mangwanyana, my darling. Mangwanyana is caught on her lies, Gesana. She is caught on her lies because Osfiso ucele abantu abadala ukuthi they should reveal a reason why uZethu ahambile.